What if I told you that the most advanced city on the planet isn't in Silicon Valley? It is hidden behind walls of dead iron, $100 million secret buried in the ashes of the industrial age. Step 1. Breach the perimeter and survive what's inside. The air inside hasn't moved in 80 years. It is thick with iron oxide and ghosts of the past. To step inside is to step back in time. The sheer scale of the decay is mesmerizing. Before the new city could rise, this metallic graveyard had to be tamed. Before the new city could rise, this metallic graveyard had to be tamed. They brought their own power, piercing the eternal darkness for the first time in generations. The blueprint was considered architectural suicide, but with unlimited funding, the impossible becomes a schedule. The mission: take a toxic, collapsing labyrinth of a 1920s steel mill and engineer an indoor cyber city from the ground up.
The canvas was revealed. 3 million square feet of brutalist architecture. The plan was not to destroy the history, but to integrate it. A fusion of old iron and new science. Every inch of the decaying structure had to be mapped with millimeter precision. The scanners found thousands of microfractures. The roof was essentially floating on dust. It is a game of high-stakes Jenga. One wrong cut, and the entire facility collapses. Beneath the decay, the original steel was forged pure. Sandblasting reveals the indestructible core. The bones were strong. Now, they needed the muscle of modern engineering. To protect the restored steel from future corrosion, they applied an advanced aerospace sealant. A microscopic glass armor, freezing the steel in time forever. The next challenge was the ground itself. A century of industrial waste had left the soil highly toxic. The contaminated earth was meticulously removed, leaving a massive, empty basin of pure bedrock. Standard concrete cracks. This project demanded a $100 million polymer hybrid. Watching it flow is hypnotizing. A liquid foundation that cures to the strength of titanium. Within hours, the 3 million square foot basin is transformed into a flawless, monolithic slate. The toxic wasteland is gone. The blank canvas of the cyber city is ready. But the architects had a brilliant, insane idea for the giant relics of the past. Instead of tearing them down, the blast furnaces would be hollowed out and converted into multi-story command centers.
Easy now, hold it right there. Got the wrench, hit the other side with the driver, make it tight.
With the bones and foundation secure, it was time to bring the cyber into the city. Miles of ultra-high-speed fiber optics form the nervous system of the facility. Every structure, every light, every sensor will be connected to a central, autonomous AI brain. To hide the cables while turning them into art, they utilized a massive-scale epoxy pour. The liquid resin seals the technology, creating veins of glowing blue light that map the entire city floor. The heat draws out the imperfections, leaving a flawless window into the digital nervous system. When the halogens fade, the floor breathes with light. A true cyberpunk aesthetic. The living and working quarters are not built. They are dropped in. Suspended glass pods, defying gravity and maximizing the vertical space of the massive mill. Each pod is a self-contained habitat, climate-controlled, soundproof, and impenetrable. Electrochromic smart glass provides instant privacy at the touch of a button.
The contrast is staggering. Pristine glass geometry, suspended within a cathedral of rusted iron.
But as the city expanded deeper into the forgotten zones, the crew hit a massive roadblock.
A massive, flooded subterranean level. Millions of gallons of toxic, pressurized groundwater. The blueprints never showed this. It was a reality check that threatened to halt the entire $100 million project.
They sent a drone into the abyss. What it found was a structural nightmare.
The water had eaten away at the sub-basement pillars. The floor above them was holding on by a thread. Draining the water would cause an immediate collapse due to the sudden change in pressure. They had to act fast. The solution? Extreme underwater structural epoxy injection, a highly dangerous, zero-visibility dive. Working in pitch blackness, navigating tangled steel, the divers wrapped the dying pillars in carbon fiber jackets.
They pumped a custom polymer formula down the hoses, a resin that cures harder than steel, even entirely underwater.
The liquid pressure forces the water out, replacing decay with a permanent, indestructible core.
Against all odds, the deep-water crisis was averted. The foundation was saved. At the heart of the cyber city, the billionaire demanded a centerpiece: the core. A 50-foot tower of optical-grade acrylic, designed to house the liquid-cooled AI servers. The brain of the city, processing millions of data points a second to keep the environment perfectly balanced.
Submerging the hardware in thermal conductive fluid provides absolute silence and zero risk of overheating. When powered on, it looks like a beating digital heart, a towering monument to the future. This city was built to survive. It features a fully autonomous, vertical hydroponic ecosystem. Producing oxygen and food, the neon glow of the agriculture sector adds a vibrant, alien beauty to the iron walls. Everything here is automated. The city sustains itself, hidden away from the chaos of the outside world. But a city of this magnitude requires absolute security. And the old mill had one final secret to offer: a forgotten bank-grade vault from the 1920s. A fortress within a fortress. This would become the billionaire's private sanctuary, the ultimate safe room.
A blend of raw nature and extreme security. An impenetrable bunker wrapped in luxury. Once that door closes, the outside world ceases to exist. 14 months of relentless engineering. The dust finally settles. As the workers leave, the city is handed over to the autonomous systems. $100 million of technology, breathing life into a dead giant. The awakening. The sheer scale is impossible to comprehend until you walk its neon streets. Living spaces that float in the void. A perfect harmony of brutalist history and sleek futurism. The relics of the Industrial Revolution, repurposed into monuments of the digital age. Life thriving where there was once only fire and toxic ash. The silent heartbeat of the facility. A supercomputer calculating perfection. Every angle is a calculated masterpiece of symmetry and design.
an enclave of quiet wealth, shielded by millions of pounds of steel.
The mirror-like foundation anchors the entire visual experience, doubling the perceived size of the colossal space.
It is the ultimate paradox. The heaviest, oldest materials on Earth, wrapped in light and data, completely self-sustaining, completely secure, completely invisible to the outside world, a triumph over nature and decay. The invisible underwater engineering holds strong beneath the neon.
Imagine waking up to this view. A private universe built entirely to your exact specifications.
But the true genius of the design isn't just what was built inside. It is how perfectly it hides. From the outside, nothing has changed.
It still looks like a dead, forgotten ruin, a toxic hazard to be avoided. Nature continues to reclaim the shell. There are no signs of life, no signs of wealth, no signs of the $100 million hidden just inches away.
It is the perfect camouflage. The ultimate security system is simply looking worthless. But we know the truth. We know what breathes beneath the rust. A monument to extreme engineering, a mastery of polymers, steel, and light. A city waiting in the dark. It forces us to rethink what is possible when we look at the abandoned ruins of our past. They aren't just graveyards. They are foundations. Waiting for someone with the vision to bring them back to life.
If they built this inside a dead steel mill, how many other dead buildings out there?